Well, today, tomorrow, and Sunday, then the 5th annual Omaha Restaurant Week comes to a close.
Return to a favorite restaurant or go to that place you've heard a lot about. You just haven't tried it yet.
That's right. Chef Nick Strawhecker owns Dante Ristorante Pizzeria, one of 65 restaurants involved in this.
Hi, Nick.
Hi.
It's good to have you
It's
back.
been a while since you've been on the show. Good to see you again.
Thanks for having me.
Would you explain Omaha Restaurant Week? We've been talking about it for the last few weeks, but for people that haven't seen, don't know what it is, explain what it is.
Restaurant Week, I like to call it Restaurant Fortnight because it's actually 10 days long. But it happens once a year. And participating restaurants put together a 3-course menu with 3 choices per course. And the menu decides, or excuse me, the restaurant decides what price point they want to do, 20, 30, or 40. And then the guest comes in and...
Do you have some regular favorites on the menu, or do you create a menu specific for this?
We've done it both ways. This year, the menu is specifically for Restaurant Week.
Yeah.
There is one thing, the pudding, one of the desserts, the budino.
People love it, so you put it on the menu.
Yeah.
And this is the 5th year, and it's grown. There's, what, 65 restaurants that participate now?
But you've done every one, haven't you?
We've been since the beginning. It started like, 20 restaurants.
I know, she does that all the time. But what are you making today? That was my question, Mayor. What are you making today?
We are doing potato ravioli with trumpet mushroom, beef cheek, and beef sugo. And I'm actually going to fold the pasta.
Oh, show us.
Let's do this.
Right
Let's
now.
dive into this.
So this is what it looks like.
Finished, yeah.
Finished up.
That's what I'm going to try and do.
The ravioli.
Over here.
Right now,
We'll
yeah.
get out of
do
your
that.
way, Nick,
All
right.
so you can
All
get
right.
to work.
Come on over here.
So here's our result. And inside this ravioli, Nick?
It's potato puree, local potatoes from my friend Carl at Nishnabatna Naturals. So a little potato puree and olive oil and grana padano and seasoned and super, super tasty.
So you've rolled out these, it's basically pasta, right?
Yeah, we make all
Here's
of
how
our
it comes.
all of
That's
our
how
fresh
you roll it out.
pastas made in house, and this is kind of one of the recipes that we use.
I'm gonna move this so the
So you
camera
start
can see.
piping. Why do you said this is the potatoes locally grown? Why is that something that it's not just vegetables, but everything you do, you try to get as much of it from the area as you can?
As much as possible. It's important to me in our restaurant because, well, everything tastes better when you're working with ingredients that were picked that day or the previous day. Plus, you are forced to cook what I like to call hyper seasonal. So we are very hyper seasonal. We're week to week. So we put this menu together.
Based on what was available, what's in season, what's here.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, and so you folded this over. And you got 4 dollops on there, right? Essentially, of the potatoes.
Yep. And the dough is a little stiff, so it's not doing exactly.
It's been sitting out for a while.
Yeah, you get the idea though.
Yeah.
No,
So
I
then
love
we cut the.
You cut it with
a little fancy tool.
It does. It's a tool that
You
gives it a little
scallop the edges.
Fancy little tool.
That gives it that frill.
And we make
Now
sure that
we
we have
know the
nice
secret.
seals.
You got the seals between each dollop.
Yep. And then little.
And so you do this for each portion that's served. There's a lot. That's pretty time intensive that goes into this.
We make a heck of a lot of pasta at our joint.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot.
I like Nick. He just calls it a joint. This is our joint.
You said 5 years you've been doing this.
Yeah.
The reception this year compared to last year or the year before, what are you noticing from diners? They get it?
I think they really get it. I think that Restaurant Week does a great job of advertising and letting people know what Restaurant Week is. 5 years of traction, 5 years of doing it, you get some momentum. It starts to start spinning, starts snowballing, and people start to expect it. Plus, we have grown we've become a savvy dining city.
Yeah.
We really have.
Yeah, it's a win-win for everybody involved. It's a win for the customers because they get to try all these different restaurants, these different meals. The restaurants draw some additional customers in, and then a portion of all the sales go to the food bank for the Heartland.
Yeah, 5%. I think this year they're going to raise $25,000.
That's amazing. And we talked to Brian or Angie, any of the folks there from the food bank, about the need. And so they educate us about what they can do with $1 compared to if we take that same dollar, go to the store, buy stuff. They can stretch it so much farther. And that's one of the reasons why they appreciate the money that comes in, because they can feed thousands and thousands of people with it.
They can. I don't want to run out of time here. So you got.
I'm going to drop my pasta in the water.
Should we go back over here? Okay,
Right.
drop the pasta in the water.
Got a little dance going here.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
So you got the pasta.
These don't take long to
those are
cook,
already
do
prepared.
they?
No,
So
they
thin.
take, yeah, I mean, like, you know, that's the beauty of fresh pasta, especially, like, there's no semolina, so you don't really need to, it doesn't need to cook super long, maybe just a minute. I'll just do a few right there.
And they're very thin, too. So
Yeah.
They're very, very.
Do you have pizza on the menu
We do.
for Restaurant Week?
We sure do. We did our, what we call Calabria pizza. It's smoked caciocavallo cheese, which is super lovely. And
Mike and I just say, like we know what that is. It sounds great.
it's a
What does it
smoked
taste
stretched
like?
cheese. It's kind of, if you imagine provolone,
Yeah,
that's
that's smoked.
smoked. And then, so the
I
interesting
can do
thing, your range is a little, kind of
Come on.
cooks a little
Yeah,
hot,
no, Nick, we noticed.
a little warm. I thought I had this guy up.
It's not a gourmet kitchen here, Nick.
It's like, but it's gonna be tasty. It just
You're
doesn't.
so-
It doesn't look
what's
super
funny,
as sexy as I wanted it to.
Nick assembled his kitchen
Oh, wow.
in Dante. He brought stuff over from Italy, so he is used to like these old world fine traditions.
And
We don't have it here.
Here's the information for Omaha Restaurant Week. Today through Sunday, of course, like we said, benefits the food bank for the Heartland.
Yep.
65 restaurants, 3-course dinner for just $20, $30, or $40. Take advantage of it. Nick, we can't wait to try this.
It's
It
great
looks
to
really
have
good.
you back.
Thanks
Thank
so
you
much
so
for
much
having
being
me.
here.
Yeah.
Always fun.
Dante, Nick Strawhecker.
Thanks, Nick.
He's the
Thank you
man.
very